Am I audible? आवाज जा रही है? हेलो, हेलो स्टूडेंट, आवाज जा रहा है? हेलो, हेलो, आवाज आवाज जा रही है? तो हेलो, आनंद तो आवाज जा रहा है? धनेश्वर, धनेश्वर, आवाज जा रहा है? So now let's start today class. I am sharing my screen. So here today we have discussed about Wilson Summerfield quantization rule. Wilson Summerfield quantization rule. Today we have discussed this chapter. Now, if there are just a minute, if there be a suppose a system of which has n degree of freedom described by n position coordinates like q1, q2, q3, qi, and qi. Here, momentum for n coordinates, momentum will be written as P1, P2, P3, like this, Py, Pn. If we have chosen the coordinates, position coordinates Q1, Q2, Q3, like this, Qy, so in that case, momentum coordinates can be written as P1, P2, P3, Pi, Pn. So if we have, suppose in three dimensional, we consider that this Q, this here, position coordinates Q is x, Q2 is y, Q3 is z. So in that case, momentum coordinate can be written as, in place of this px, q1, we have written px. For p2, we have write qy, and for p3, we have write pz. Means if we have considered for three-dimensional case, here position coordinates q1, q2, q3, qi, qn are the position coordinates, and momentum coordinates. Hello, Aryan. Hello, Aryan. Aryan, you are audible. Hello, Aryan. Aryan, you are audible. आवाज जा रहा आर्यन? हेलो आर्यन, आवाज जा रही है? आर्यन, हेलो, just a minute, wait. Two people, Aryan, Rajkumar मैकेनिकल. हाँ, आर्यन आवाज जा रहा है? हेलो आर्यन, आर्यन, राजकुमार, आवाज जा रही है? So today we have discussed about Wilson-Sommerfeld quantization rule. According to this Wilson-Sommerfeld quantization rule, there are n degree of freedom and it has n position coordinates means q1, q2. Just wait. Some of the candidates enter into this class. Just wait. धनेश्वर आवाज जा रहा है? हेलो।
यस सर।
अच्छा, आज हम लोग जो है उस दिन रदरफोर्ड एटॉमिक मॉडल हो चुका था, रिपीट कर रहा है, ये लास्ट क्लास है इसका। इसके बाद हम लोग दूसरा चीज स्टार्ट करेंगे। अभी ये रिपीट कर रहा है विल्सन समरफील्ड क्वांटिटाइजेशन रूल। कल से हम लोग स्टार्ट करेंगे ड्यूअल नेचर ऑफ लाइट, मैटर वेव्स, ठीक है, डेविएशन गार्मर एक्सपेरिमेंट, ये सब पढ़े हो तुम लोग? हेलो अनंतो,
यस सर। यस सर।
राजकुमार कुछ बोल रहे हो? राजकुमार
यस सर, पढ़े हैं।
पढ़ा है ना ये सब? ठीक है, तो उसका नोट्स के साथ हम दे देंगे, ठीक है, कल से। तो विल्सन समरफील्ड क्वांटिटाइजेशन रूल क्या बोल रहा है कि कोई एक सिस्टम है एन, एन बी द डिग्री ऑफ फ्रीडम, एन इट हैज एन कोऑर्डिनेट्स, एन कोऑर्डिनेट्स आर q1, q2, q3, qi, qn, and momentum coordinates for this n position coordinate. Momentum coordinates can be written as p1, p2, like p3, pi, and pn. So if we have considered for three-dimensional, we can write this position coordinates q1 is equal to x, q2 is equal to y, and q3 is equal to z. So momentum coordinates can be written as p1 is equal to x, px, and p2, this p2 here, this p2 is equal to py, and p3 equal to pz. So we know that the phase integral can be written as gi is equal to closed surface closed integral pi dqi. Here this integration, ये part, here integration is q2 over one period of variable qi. So according to this Wilson Sommerfeld quantization rule, only those orbits are allowed as a stationary state for which each phase integral is integral multiple of Planck constant in a complete period. According to Wilson Sommerfeld quantization rule, only those orbits are allowed as a stationary state for which each phase integral is integral multiple of Planck constant in a complete period. So it can be written as here, according to the statement of Wilson Sommerfeld rule, we have write this pi, this phase integral means integral pi dqi is equal to nh, because we have, हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं, विल्सन समरफील्ड रूल के आधार पर ये फेज इंटीग्रल इज इंटीग्रल मल्टीपल ऑफ प्लैंक कांस्टेंट, ठीक है ना? तो अभी इंटीग्रल मल्टीपल ऑफ प्लैंक कांस्टेंट बोल रहे थे, यहाँ हम लिख दिए ये जो हमारा फेज इंटीग्रल है, दिस फेज इंटीग्रल इज इक्वल टू एन आई एच, यहाँ आई ले रहे हैं ना इधर, तो यहाँ भी हमारा n क्या होगा, प्रिंसिपल क्वांटम नंबर जो है ni इज इक्वल टू हम बोल सकते हैं 1 0 1 2 3। अब इसका एप्लीकेशन पार्ट जो है विल्सन समरफील्ड क्वांटिटाइजेशन रूल, फर्स्ट क्या है, पार्टिकल इन बॉक्स। ये तो सपोज ए पार्टिकल ऑफ मास m in a box in this x-axis, the particle is under the influence of no forces acting, no forces except during collision, but at the walls of this box at x is equal to 0 and x is equal to k, from which it rebounds elasticity means a particle of mass in a box. Just a minute, Syam Parmani. A particle of mass m in this box, and it can be studied in for x-axis. So the particle is under the influence of no forces during collision, but at the walls of the box x is equal to 0 and x is equal to a, which is rebounds elasticity. The linear momentum here, momentum is px. Linear momentum, this px is equal to, suppose p will be constant. So the phase integral can be reached. This phase integral here pi dqi. This is the phase integral part, equation 2. This part. So the phase integral can be written as here. Phase integral can be written in this form. So J is equal to this px into dx, because here we have discussed along x-axis only. So in place of this pi, here I have written pi into dqi in equation 2. So phase integral can be represented along for x-axis. We have write J is equal to integral px into dx is equal to this integral p. In place of this px we have write p into this dx, because here linear momentum px, this momentum px is equal to p, will be constant for all motion. So according to Wilson-Sommerfeld quantization rule, we know that pi into di, integral pi into di is equal to nix. Here, according to this equation 2, we know that pi into dqi is equal to nix. So here we have write p into dx, because px dx is equal to this part. So p into dx is equal to nx. We know that this p into dx is equal to 2ap is equal to nx. P is equal to nx divided by 2a, area. Now this is equation 1. For applications of Wilson-Sommerfeld quantization rule, when the particle is in box, so the total energy of the system is equal to kinetic energy. So we know that here total energy En is equal to p square divided by 2m. So on putting the value of this equation 1, means the value of p in place of in this equation 2, means here in place of this p square, we have write the value of p, means nx divided by 2a. So here p square is given here, so we have write n square h square divided by 4a square. So this 4a square will be multiplied with this 2m. 4 into 2, 8m into a square. This is the particle which is under in this box, and particle inside the box, particle moves with a velocity and it collides with this wall, means point O of the wall and point A of the wall, and these points are given in x-axis. So in this figure we have discussed only about x-axis when the particle is in motion. Now next is second applications of Wilson-Sommerfeld quantization rule is harmonic oscillator. So in simple harmonic oscillation, we know that if a particle of mass m and the particle moves along y-axis in upward direction, and again it rebounds to its equilibrium position, means x is equal to 0, then restoring force can be written as F is equal to minus x minus k into x. K is the force constant, and here x is the displacement from the equilibrium position. Means if a particle moves from their center point to upward direction, and after some time it rebounds to its original position, then in that case the displacement of the particle is x. So here x, f is equal to minus kx. Minus sign will be written because the particle moves in return back to its original position. So this acts with the displacement from the equilibrium position, and k with the force constant. So the potential energy of the oscillator can be written as, here potential energy V into x, for only for x axis we have discussed only for x axis. So v this potential energy can be written as minus f into dx. So here if we put the value of this f, so this minus x means this minus into minus plus this kx into dx. So here we have write half k x square. Now we have again measured the, here we have measured the potential energy of the oscillator. Now we have measured the kinetic energy of the oscillator, means kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So we know that px is equal to p is equal to m into v. So here we have write p square x divided by 2m. So if we get the value of potential energy as well as kinetic energy, so the total energy of the oscillator can be written as, total energy means E. Total energy of this harmonic oscillator can be written as E is equal to this potential energy plus kinetic energy. Now, according to the statement, we have write here E is equal to this P square, means the value of kinetic energy means P square x divided by 2m plus this potential energy half k x square. Equation 1. Now, according to the Wilson-Sommerfeld quantization rule, we know that Px into dx is equal to nx, surface phase integral this part, px into dx is equal to nx. N means 0 1 2 principal quantum number 0 1 2 3. So this phase integral px into dx represent an area means we have discussed about only about x axis. So this phase integral represent an area in the phase space. So the particle will perform a simple harmonic motion in one dimension, which will represent the curve in, and the coordinates is xpx. Here first we have measured the potential energy. So here the potential energy of the oscillator can be written as this part, minus f into dx. So here we know that f is equal to, again I will repeat this thing, minus into this minus plus f, in place of f we have write kx. So here I have written kx dx. So this can be written as half kx square. Now the potential, now we have measured the kinetic energy of the oscillator of is equal to half mv square. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. So here we know that P momentum is equal to m into v. So this part can be written as p square x divided by 2m. So the here we get the value of potential energy as well as kinetic energy. So the total energy of the oscillator can be written as E. So E is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. So the value of kinetic energy is P square x divided by 2m plus kinetic potential energy is half kx square, equation 1. Now we know that according to Wilson-Sommerfeld quantization rule, phase integral Px for x axis Px into dx is equal to nh. N is a principal quantum number where it is 0, 1, 2, 3, like this. So this phase integral Px into dx represent an area in the phase space. So the particle will perform a simple harmonic motion in one dimensional, which will represent a curve and its coordinates is x or px, x or px. So here px integral px dx, closed integral px into dx, we can write is equal to area of ellipse. So here we have write px area of ellipse means pi into a into b. Here this pi into a into b means a with the semi major axis and b with the semi minor axis of the space for x into px. If we taken px is equal to, if here x and px, if we taken x px is equal to 0, so this a x is equal to, we have write here x is equal to a, and if x is equal to 0, then px is equal to b. Now these are the equation 4. Now putting the value of this equation 4 in 1, means here E is equal to p square divided by 2m plus half kx square. So here this value will be put. So we got that E is equal to p square m p square x divided by 2m. So here px means 0. First we have taken the value of px is equal to 0. Then in that case, here we have write 0 divided by 2m plus half ka square, this part, k half k x. So if we have taken the value of px is equal to 0, then x is equal to a. So in place of this x, here this x, we have write a. So here I have written a, this part. So 0 divided by 2m, 0 plus half k a square. So here a is equal to half k square, k a square. So a is equal to root 2 divided by root 2 into e divided by k. This is equation 5. Again we put the value of, uh, if we put the value of x is equal to 0 and px is equal to b, means the value of equation 4, second step of equation 4 in this equation 1. So in that case we have write E is equal to p square divided by this part, p square x divided by 2m. So here we have write p square x means b. So here in place of p square x we have write b square. Here given the value of px is equal to b, but we have need the value of p square x. So in place of this p square x, we have write p square divided by 2m plus half k into x square. X means here x. if we took taken the value of x is equal to 0, so here I have written 0, this part 0. So rest part is b square divided by 2m plus this part is 0. So here b, similarly, like equation 5, we have measure the value of b. B means A with the semi-major axis and B the B with the semi-minor axis. So here B semi-minor axis is equal to root under, if we do cross multiplication, means root under 2m into E. Now this is equation 6. Again on putting the value of A and B, means the value of equation 5, 6 in this equation 3, px into dx. So we have write this px into dx is equal to pi. First we have write the value of pi. Here pi is given here. So this pi can be written here. And after that into a, the value of a is root under 2e divided by k, which is given in equation 5. And this value can be written here. Look my cursor here. Into again we have write into equation 3 pi a into b. The value of b is given in equation 6. So equation 6, value of equation 6 is root under 2m e is equal to pi root under here 2e divided by m omega square into this k means we know that k is equal to m omega square. So here in place of this k, here this k, we have write m omega square into this root under 2me. Here is equal to 2e. Here 2e is given here. This m and m will cancel. So here if multiply both these 2e into 2e, means 2e whole square divided by this omega square. So if we remove this integration, so inside this integration we have write 2 pi e square, e square means if we remove the under root, so in that case rest part is 2 pi e divided by omega. If we remove this under root, so omega square means omega. Now this is equation 7. So in equation 2 and 7, both in the left direction of both of these equations have phase integral is given. So this equation 2 here, equation 2 as well as here equation 7. So both have in left direction, both have phase integral is given here. So equating equation 2 and 7. After equating, we have write here this part. The value of equation 7, right? The value of equation 7 means right side value of equation 7 can be first we have write 2 pi e divided by omega is equal to, in this equation 2, the right side of this equation 2 is nh. So 2 pi e omega is equal to n into h. So E is equal to, we do the cross multiplication, means we have write NH omega divided by this 2 pi. And we know that mu is equal to omega divided by 2 pi. So in place of this omega divided by 2 pi, we have write mu means NH into mu. Now this is equation 8. So the energy level of harmonic oscillator are not continuous, but integral multiple of h mu. We know that E is equal to h mu. So in that case, we draw this diagram, this graph. Here, energy level E naught is equal to 0, and E1 is equal to h mu, E2 is equal to 2h mu, like this, E3, E4, E5, E6. E6 is equal to 6h mu. Here x and y axis. If we draw this diagram, according to this diagram, if a particle is in equilibrium condition for x and y plane with different force constant in all directions, then potential energy, here, this part, half k x square. We know that potential energy of the oscillator is equal to half k square. So if the particle is in equilibrium along x and y plane, this part, then the potential energy for x and y axis, we have write half k x square, means here half v, potential energy v is equal to half k1 x square plus for y axis half k2 y square, equation 9. So if suppose two independent harmonic oscillators, we have E is equal to this part is equal to total energy. So here we have write E is equal to two independent harmonic oscillators. Nx is equal to Nx h mu x plus Ny h mu y. Here this part E is equal to Nh mu. If we select this equation 8, according to this equation, we have write, according to this graph, we have write E is equal to Nx h mu x for this x axis, and for this y plane, we have write Ny, here Ny h mu y, and then Nx and Ny is equal to, we have written as 0, 1, 2, 3. So if we suppose when this mu x and mu y both are equal and will be equal to mu, in that case we have write equation 10 can be written here. If we taken the value of mu x and this mu y is equal to mu, then total energy E is equal to Nx, here h mu x, in place of this h mu x, we have write mu x means mu, and mu y in place of this mu y, we have again write mu. So here Nx h mu plus Ny h mu. So h mu will be taken as common. So rest part is En is equal to Nx plus this Ny is equal to h mu. So Nx plus Ny is equal to, suppose N means here for x or y plane, it can be written as N into H into H and mu, both are as it is. Now Next application is rigid rotator. This is the last class of this chapter. Tomorrow we are discussing about another chapter. So here rigid rotator. So in this rigid rotator uh, consists of two spheres here, and both the spheres are connected by a rod. Here there is a rod, and the width of this rod is very small. The mass of these two spheres are m1 and m2. Suppose this whole system is capable of rotating about an axis through the center of mass and perpendicular to the line joining the two masses. Its axis of rotation is suppose free, so it can take orientation in space. So the kinetic energy of the rotator can be written as kinetic energy of the rotator can be written as E is equal to half I omega square. Here this I is the moment of inertia of the body about the axis of rotation here, and omega means the angular velocity. So here we have taken different energy levels, n is equal to 0, n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So we know that phase integral of the rotator, phase integral x into dx. So here phase integral j of the rotator can be expressed in angle of, here in terms of angle, means whole system is rotated about an axis, so it makes an angle. So, and in that case, suppose the angle of rotation is phi. Here the angle of whole system rotation is phi, and angle of angular momentum can be written as p phi. So here angle of rotation is phi and angular momentum is p phi. Momentum can be written as p, angle, it makes an angle phi. So here p phi is equal to I omega, and we know that omega is equal to d theta by gt. D theta by gt. Suppose just wait. This is the next part. So as uh, we know that the angular moment, j is equal to some, here not given here. Just wait. हम लोग क्या जानते हैं, j इज इक्वल टू, ये पार्ट होता है ना, फेज इंटीग्रल इज इक्वल टू पी फाइव इंटू डी फाइव. यहाँ हम लोग क्या लिख रहे हैं, फेज इंटीग्रल पी एक्स इंटू डी एक्स. So suppose the whole system is rotated about an axis and it makes an angle phi. So in this case, in place of this x, we have write p phi, and for this dx we have write d phi. So p phi j is equal to surface integral, closed integral p phi into d phi is equal to 2 pi p phi. So again we know that according to Sommerfeld quantization rule, we know that p phi d phi is equal to nh. So equating the equation regarding phase integral and quantization rule, 2 p phi is equal to nh. Just a minute. 2 p phi is equal to nh. So p phi is equal to nh divided by 2 pi. Similarly, we have write the energy in terms of this uh, mm, angular momentum can be written as E is equal to P phi divided by 2 pi 2 I, because E is equal to, we know that E is equal to half I omega square and P phi is equal to I omega. P phi is equal to I omega. So E is equal to, we have write n square h square divided by 8 pi square I. Now, next is the Sommerfeld rigid rotator. Rigid rotator means if rigid rotator consists of two spheres and they are connected with a rod, and the width of the rod is very small, and the system, the whole system, this whole system is capable of rotation about an axis through the center of mass. So if the whole system is rotated about an axis through this center of mass, means it makes an angle theta, theta बनाएगा, and it is perpendicular to the line joining these two masses. So suppose the axis, if the axis of rotation of the whole system is suppose free, then it can take any orientation in space. So in that case, if it rotates about an angle, so we have write the kinetic energy of this rotator, kinetic energy of this rotator can be written as E is equal to half I omega square. Here, this is equation 1. In equation 1, here I be the moment of inertia of the body about the axis of rotation. Here, and here omega be the angular velocity. Now, if E is equal to half I omega square, remember this thing. If the rotator have a kinetic energy, then E is equal to half I omega square. In that case, I with the moment of inertia of the body about the axis of rotation, and omega with the angular velocity. Now, according to this, we are taken uh, so many energy levels like n is equal to 0, n is equal to 1 and 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4, like this. So we know that phase integral of this rotator here, phase integral of the rotator, phase integral means integral surface, closed integral p x into dx. We know that phase integral. So the phase integral of this rotator can be expressed in angle of rotation. Means the whole system is rotated about an angle phi, and uh, it has rotated through a velocity. So it has angular momentum also. Means angular momentum p phi is equal to I omega here, and omega is the angular velocity. We know that omega is equal to d phi by dt. Means it takes time t dt. So